to meet each patient's needs. Their team is committed to helping individuals and families live their healthiest lives. For more information or to schedule an appointment, you can call 509-935-6004. New Health, bringing healthcare into communities and communities into healthcare since 1978. And by Fired Up Pizza. Fired Up Pizza, located at 206 East Main Avenue in downtown Chewelah, offers craft beverages and brick oven fired pizza, including a variety of sandwiches, salads, pasta, and homemade soups. Featuring weekly events such as bingo, karaoke, and live music. Fired Up Pizza also has space for your private event and offers both in-house and off-site catering services. Open daily at 11:30 a.m. for lunch and dinner. For more information, visit their Facebook page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show, made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at ChewelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at ChewelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
You're listening to
Northern Light Public Radio
on 102.7
KCHW. Chewelah.
Good morning. It's your KCHW morning show.
Okay.
What is going on over there?
Nothing.
Chuck gave us like 1 second. He's like, "Hey, my crap."
Well, you guys were listening. You knew the sponsors were coming. You knew we're coming up.
I
know, but we were busy chit-chatting.
Priorities and all, Chuck. Good morning, everyone.
It is your Wednesday morning local roundup, local roundup morning something. Some of those words
Show
in some particular
Well,
order.
Radio,
we didn't
yes.
hear the horses in the corral. That's why we didn't
Because-
know.
Horses in the corral.
Because-
There we go.
Because I'm going to do that right now. It is your Wednesday morning local roundup.
There we go. That
With
would
myself,
help us
Chuck
be
Ritchie.
quiet.
We have the ever lovely Sharon
All
Ludwig and
right.
Paula Randall in here with us.
Come on, boy.
That was ever lovely with like comma, like no comma. So
Right.
it had covered you both.
Thank you.
Hey.
We'll accept it this morning, but only this morning.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
Here indeed.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
So how are you guys doing?
Doesn't it feel like fall?
It-
I woke up and it feels like fall. We went from summer to fall like overnight.
We really did. And you know, this morning our house was chilly.
Yes.
Like no air conditioning needed, just a little chilly. And I noticed last night I turned the air conditioner in the station here off about a week ago.
Wow.
And last night during our rehearsals it was
Getting cold?
it wasn't chilly, but it also wasn't warm either. It was nice and comfy.
43. I got up this morning, noticed it was chilly in the house, and had to turn and look at my phone to find out what the temperature. 43.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was chilly.
Wow. We do have a couple temperatures I believe I saw in the forecast in the immediate future with lows in the 30s. Quite a few days, actually.
What? Yes, I see that. Oh, okay.
Do you want to tell us more about the weather?
I do. You know, I love the weather.
Aw.
All right. So today is our 10-day Chihuahua weather outlook. It is October 1st. Ooh, spooky season.
Paula's favorite month.
It is. It is. But
that
today,
was a shock to me this morning. I still thought, I went to bed last night thinking we had one more day left in September.
No, today is October 1st.
No.
So today our high will be 64 with a low of 46. Well, I can't do the whole thing that way or I won't get through it. We have
We're so glad.
Wow.
we are going to have a higher percentage of rain today, of 15% during the day, and 24% chance of rain this evening.
It rained last night in the middle of the night, and I had to open my window and just
isn't it
listen to it.
fabulous?
It was great.
Yeah, we did too. We actually were like, we're quiet in our room. Is it raining?
It was a pretty good rain last
Yeah,
night. It rained
yeah.
for a long time, and we got a pretty significant amount. So,
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
It's
It was
awesome.
great.
and I did notice it was when I first came in this morning, it was a little bit not quite fully sunshiny yet.
Yes.
It was still a little bit dusky out,
Mm-hmm.
or would you call that dusky or pre sunrise? I don't know, but the sun was just coming up.
Right. Yeah, I think dusk is evening.
yeah, I
so it
think
would
so.
be twilight. No, that's evening. All right.
But one thing I did notice though is the clouds were starting to part, and as the sun was coming up, I saw a clear sky and doesn't look like a
More
lot of smoke.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, because we've been surrounded by it this last couple of days.
That's been awful.
And I'm going, why does the mountain look like it's kind of,
Gone.
yeah.
in the shadows or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's the fires they're sort of they're getting them out, and that's right in that last little bit of the fire when it makes that billowing
Yeah.
solid smoke as the fires are going out. So
Well,
hopefully
and
the rain
when
helped tamp down
yeah.
the rest of that.
And when
Right?
we have clouds, it just keeps them down.
It
doesn't
does.
let them go up wherever.
Yeah.
Doesn't let them dissipate. I'll use
I
the big
knew
word.
there
There
was
we go.
a word like that. We're
I
so glad you're back, Paula.
believe the terms that the kids use is hot box.
What?
I don't know what that means, but
Oh my
that's okay.
When all the
goodness.
smoke gets trapped in.
I am
Just
going
to
to
a
start
smaller
the weather
area.
over again because we got way distracted.
We did.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So now I'm very, very professional. It is October 1st. We're going to have a high today of 64 with a 15% chance of rain and a low of 46 with a 24% chance of rain. Tomorrow, the October 2nd, we have a high of 62, a low of 40, and again, a 24% chance of rain. Friday, the 3rd, Farmers Market, we will have a high of 69, a low of 40, and it's going to be a sunny day. Saturday, October 4th will be a high of 67, a low of 39, mostly sunny skies. Sunday, October 5th, we have a high of 66, a low of 35 with partially cloudy skies. Monday, that was Monday. Was that Monday?
Nope, that was Sunday.
Oh, okay. So Monday, October 6th, we have a high of 69, a low of 37, sunny skies. Tuesday, October 7th, we have a high of 75, a low of 39, sunny skies. And Wednesday, we have a high of 75, a low of 41 with mostly sunny skies. And as Chuck said, we're getting down under the 30s.
So go down
Yeah, if
and
you
just see in the very extended. No, the lowest that we have in extended for a while is 37. So
yeah. We have one day where it's 35 on Sunday, October 5th. But
Yeah.
I noticed that the city is out taking down the flowers and purging the hoses.
really,
It's that time of the year.
oh, couldn't they just leave them up a little longer?
I know, they're so pretty.
Yeah.
You're with the chamber, Sharon. What do they do with them during the winter? Do they store
No,
them?
No,
No.
they're annuals. They're
Oh,
not
okay,
perennials.
okay.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid, my mom she had hanging baskets that we put all around the house, and we would store those in the crawl space over the winter, and they would not get any light and they would not get any water, and somehow my mom is like a plant genius, and she would pull them back out. They would be bone dry.
Yeah, geraniums.
completely dead.
Geraniums are that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of flowers that will do that.
Yeah.
And then there were, what are the ones that she would always have where they would hang down and the little flowers look like little hearts with the little white little bit sticking
Like
through them?
fuchsias or
I have no idea.
He's
on, Sharon.
asking us, and then he won't even know if we have the right answer. Oh, those are tiger lilies.
There you
Chuck.
go.
I know that. I know what a tiger lily is. That's not them. We did have
Oh,
tiger lilies
fun.
though. We had a bunch of them.
Too
All right.
fun.
How about the You know what? Let's take a look at our Chula Valley Lions Club calendar
Mm-hmm.
and see whose birthday it is today. Because did you know? Do you know what happens today?
What?
October.
Shut
October
it.
happens today.
Oh, you get to rip a page off.
I got to rip a page off the calendar. Isn't there a song about that? I don't know.
I don't know. Oh, did people get? You know what? I was so busy working during Fall Fest, I did not go by the Lions Club booth.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
When is the deadline for getting your information on the calendar?
that is a good question. I don't know.
Soon.
Let's find that out very soon. So
Yeah.
as we go through these names on the Chula Valley Lions Club calendar, if we're going to read these names, if I didn't read your name, it's because you did not get your name submitted to the Chula Valley Lions Club last year.
Oh,
And
yeah.
What,
Either
what,
on Facebook or
what is it? What is it?
Just focus. Do what
Okay,
you're doing.
okay.
Yeah, we're just doing a little
You're just
side
having a
trip
side
here.
conversation without me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can find anyone with the Chula Valley Lions Club. I don't think they have those submissions up online, but you can just find someone with the Lions Club. I know Melissa. I know if you go to the chamber, they can direct you and point you in the right direction to get your name on the calendar for next year. So today with birthdays, we have Denise Ross and Piper Krause. Then Debbie and Stan Kaiser have an anniversary. So happy birthday and anniversary, everybody. Paula has a song for you.
Happy birthday and
birthday.
anniversary. Ready?
Ready.
Happy
birthday. Happy day.
Happy
birthday. Yay.
Yay! You missed me. Just say it.
We did. He
course
wanted
we
me
did.
to sing your birthday song. Oh, yeah, no.
No, she was like,
Not happening.
She did sing a birthday. I got her to sing a birthday song, though.
Did
Yeah,
you?
the
Yeah.
one that I know.
Oh,
It was a good
yours
one.
is pretty.
Yeah.
I like the one that you sing.
It was a good one.
We are trying to figure out when you have to get your stuff in on our local Lions Club, but there's no
Oh.
information on the website.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and take us through the school breakfast and lunch menus.
Hey,
Hey,
jeez, he's so driven today.
you're busy. I got to keep us on. Today, I am the taskmaster.
Oh, we don't believe it. We're going to sidetrack you right and left.
Well, you know that's
Right?
easy enough to do anyway. All right, so today for breakfast, we have the chef's choice with fruit or juice or a fruit breakfast parfait with granola. Who doesn't like a parfait? Then a variety of cereal with fruit, cheese stick, or yogurt, or a fresh baked muffin with yogurt, fruit, or juice. Then for lunch today, what are we looking at? It is the first. We have chicken nuggets with tater tots and veggies and fruit. But then looking ahead to tomorrow, okay, this is not today. This is tomorrow, disclaimer. They have chili and cinnamon rolls for lunch.
What?
Yes, sir.
Now I have to go back to the school lunch.
I don't believe you.
They do, yeah. On the second, scratch chili, made from scratch.
Oh, we're looking
with,
at
with
August, September.
with cinnamon rolls.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, again, I've had this conversation with quite a lot of people. Don't believe me, but cinnamon rolls and chili is totally a thing. It's isn't that like I think it's a Midwestern thing or like a
I have family in the Midwest. It's not a Midwest.
like a thing in the Dakotas maybe. It's totally a thing.
It's a thing with Chuck's family.
It's a thing with Chuck's
No,
family.
my family never ever once had cinnamon and chili, but or cinnamon rolls and chili. But I did learn about it later in life.
Ooh, I like their. Did I just open the breakfast?
You did the
Okay.
breakfast. Now we have to.
Lunch.
Yeah.
pumpkins.
Look at that. Hello, October.
Where do you see? Oh, scratch chili cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
That's not today.
That's
no,
what
he said the disclaimer.
Oh, okay.
I even said disclaimer.
Yeah.
Gosh.
She was busy.
Expect me to pay attention?
busy.
Jeez.
All right, so are we ready to get into this community calendar and see what's
well,
happening
we're
around
still
the area?
we were
Maybe,
trying
yes.
to find out when they had to have their Lions Club calendar, but I know that I had a call last night from Brian asking if I wanted to still buy the same amount of calendars that I do, and I said yes. And so let's see. We know that Brian Ross is a Lions Club member. We know that Melissa Alderaan is. We know that Teresa Shannon is, and I don't know who else is, but it says there's 61 members. So everywhere you go, if you want a Lions Club calendar, you want to be on the Lions Club calendar, you just say to all your acquaintances, "Are you a member of the Chihuahua Lions Club?"
Yeah, we're a small town. Chances are good somebody will say yes.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
ask random people walking down the street. Are you at the Lions Club?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And then you can say, well, I'd like to be on the Lions Club birthday calendar.
Mm-hmm.
What is the deadline? Or somebody could, text us this morning too. we could know.
Yeah, texting us this morning would be great because we are not being successful in finding the information
No.
online. But yes, I totally forgot about that. I was having so much fun doing bingo and coming up with trivia questions. At one point, we got, N24. Okay, who can name all of the states that start with an N?
Were you
right?
doing that with bingo?
Oh, I absolutely was.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes, and then Laura was making kids answer questions, 3-syllable names of animals that start with I.
That's awesome.
Right? Oh, my, torture. It was bingo torture. It was awesome.
I will have to say, before we get into the community calendar, I do want to thank everyone that made the Fall Fest possible, all the amazing musicians. I mean, the music all day was
amazing.
Phenomenal all day long. Kenny Walker, he joined us here on the morning show a few months ago. He brought a whole band with him. I wasn't even expecting that. I was so happy to see it. Randy Tron, another guest of the morning show, was his bass player.
Old
really,
Souls and Antiques sounded amazing. They sounded on point. They were awesome.
Oh, they were so good.
They were so good.
Craig, they're like family to us here, and me especially, and I just love them so much.
Right?
They're one of my favorite bands. They really, truly are.
Yeah.
And then, Big Dog and the Howlers brought them up from Ritzville, and just just a wonderful group of people too. They're just so much fun, so nice, wonderful guys. Love those guys, and of course Isaac. Oh man, what a show that was!
A nice way to finish off the show. Finish off the day. It was just something that made everybody gather closer and sit down and listen and just go into that nice, beautiful space where you can you place your entertainment, you place yourself in somebody else's hands because they're going to take care of you and they're going to be awesome.
And Isaac does that.
Yeah, it was so fun.
You know what I love about Isaac, or what about this show in particular? So Isaac is becoming rapidly a star.
Yeah.
A nationwide name in music. We were blessed to have him come here and perform for us. And it's right next to. He's from Wellpennant. He's a local guy. He's back home for elk season with his family, trying to feed his family, and he wanted to do a local show, and so we got a hold of him and did this, and it felt so intimate and so just cozy. He brought his little brother up.
Yes.
He brought his friend Andrew Matherly, who is a wonderful musician on his own right, trying to make his name in music.
Drums.
Dylan on the drums. Just it just felt like he was coming home, and he had brought a bunch of his friends and family, and invited us into that circle of his, and just had fun.
Yeah.
And Isaac was having fun with it, and it was really fun to see.
Yeah, yeah.
He did some playing around. He's engaging. Really, really great show.
I enjoyed it.
And I wanted to talk to you about the bingo. So I know I'm serious. There was a time.
Laura and I were not. It was not a fundraiser for the Chewelah Creative District in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Because Laura and I were having a lot of fun.
But you know what? There was one time, it was towards the end of the night before Isaac. The crowd was sort of waning. I'm like, oh man, I really hope people start showing up for Isaac. Where is everybody? And I go into the Aaron Huff Memorial Center where the bingo was. I walk into that back room, and there were as many children as you could possibly fit into that room, screaming and laughing and just having the time of their life. It was absolutely incredible. It was at the end of a long emotional day. It was just a fun,
wasn't it?
A fun thing to walk in and see all those kids having just the time of their lives.
Oh my gosh! And there was so we're talking about bingo now, Sharon. She's over here rolling her eyes. She's like, "Oh my goodness, will they not stop?" But the bingo, right? And Chuck was like, "Oh my gosh, we need somebody for bingo," and so I'm like, "Okay, I'll do bingo," and I was rolling my eyes. But it was so much fun.
Oh yeah,
it was so much fun. There was a young man, and he bought like 20 cards. And this young man bought the bingo cards for all of his friends to sit down and play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, his friends, obviously, some of them won, but they took the money.
Yeah.
And so this young man kept buying bingo tickets for everybody, and he wasn't winning.
Oh.
And so his friends were winning. And I'm kind of like, does he get the money or are you getting the money? And he was so gracious and so beautiful. And he didn't complain or say anything. And then the surprise of bingo was that the fireman hamburger guys, right? I went out there to use their bullhorn so I could announce bingo. And they said, oh, yeah, your bingo winner, they can have a free hamburger.
Aw.
And so that was super cool. And so whoever won got to go and have a burger. So that made people play even longer because they wanted to have a burger for themselves. They wanted a burger for their partner, right? If they were
Yeah,
out, if
yeah.
they were with somebody. So we had one guy win 3 hamburgers. We had a young lady win a burger for her and her friend. The young man who was like paying for everybody, he finally won. He got a burger. So, and then it was so much fun because, it was like you put your 50 cents in to buy your card and then whoever wins splits the pot, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So how that's supposed to work is that the creative district got some money and then the winner got money.
Yeah.
But if there were 2 winners, Laura and I just kept splitting the pot between the winners. Right?
You didn't follow the rules?
Well, so she came in to take over for me, and I'm like, don't even try to like balance this because it's not going to balance. There was one guy who needed change for a 20, and I'm pulling out change from my pocket. We're all trying to make sure that he could play. So it was a lot of fun, and it was a great community thing. And there were families that were there, there were kids that were there with friends, there was elderly couples that was there. It was a lot of fun.
It was.
Yeah.
I had the honor of awarding a check to the Tasty program.
Nice.
Yeah, all the vendors that were there, and I got to give a huge shout out to Rochelle from Sayed and Silver and her husband. We had some power issues. We couldn't quite reach the power pole. And it was a couple hours there of like, we can't get power to the main stage.
Oh my gosh.
And man, they came through. They came through with the exact cable we needed.
Nice.
To the specifications the sound guy needed, and said from now on in festivals, just call us and we'll bring that down before the festivals.
Nice.
Because we normally would rent those things, but all the rental companies were out.
That's what you were saying.
Yeah, there was another large festival happening in Springdale that that I didn't even know about, that had rented pretty much everything in the area, and yeah, so we were about ready to spend $800 on having a custom cable built that would not destroy the sound equipment, if something went wrong. And man, luckily the electrician just came through and said, "Hey, I've got exactly what you need," and he sure did.
Well, and this kind of proves my point, which is that when people say Chautauqua needs to come back, well, Chautauqua was a big party once a year for everybody. Chewelah enjoyed it, but there were a lot of Chewelah people that said, it's just too big for me. I'm out of town that weekend.
Yeah, the traffic and everything.
And I always said, we need little parties for Chewelah. And here we have these festivals. We have music shows. We have things going on all year round. We're partying for Chewelah.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's exciting to me.
Continue. And Gail had the kids making things, so the kids were making those wonderful wands, and so when Isaac and other bands were up, they were dancing with the wands they made.
Well, Gina brought those with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have the wrong name, Gina.
Yeah. Gina brought those with her.
Yes.
And she had pre-made those for the event.
Oh.
And they were made out of recycled drumsticks and ribbon. Oh, that's right. So I forgot to announce at the first half of the show, we have some guests. Sorry, I was
okay. We better get on with our show.
Yeah, we've got guests from Hands Across the Nations to talk about their event happening October 11th.
Okay, let's talk about what is coming up. Today is Wednesday, October 1st.
Let's get on it.
And of course, we have pickleball up at the golf course still. We have bingo this afternoon or this evening from 6 to 7, and we have city council. I don't know why I didn't get that on my agenda, but it is at 6:30. Tomorrow, Thursday, we have girls pickleball, 5:30 in the afternoon. The Oasis has a karaoke with a DJ, Cougar volleyball at St. George's, and of course, the big deal is it's First Thursday Art Walk, and that's another little party for Chewelah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And how fun that Tim started that years ago, and it just keeps expanding.
Yeah.
It is so fun. Did you want to say anything else about that? Because often you have...
We have a spotlight gallery going on.
Yeah, we
That's
do.
right. And I didn't print that because I figured Chuck would be on top of that.
I have it up right here, if you'll give me just a second.
Okay.
Let's see. So we have it's just snuck up on us this year because the art walk is on the 2nd of the month this month.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Right away. You don't turn the calendar, and then all of a sudden you do, and it's like,
Yeah.
It's like, this stuff is right here screaming us in the face.
Yep.
You know what? I don't have it
I was
actually.
going to say you said you had it up. You don't actually have it
I
up.
don't. There's the there's no
See,
poster. It's on the calendar, but there's no poster on there. But I do know that
Okay.
Amelia Finch
I'm going to
is
look it
going to
up.
be. Yeah, thank you. She's going to be at the Trails End Gallery, and I don't remember who we have at the Ehrenhoff Center.
oh my goodness, we are crazy this morning.
Someone's going to be
okay.
somewhere. Someone's going to be somewhere else.
No.
It's
and
going
it's
to
going to be
be
awesome.
a
Gotta give it up.
great, yeah.
Paula's looking it up.
Paula's going to take care of us, and we'll come back to that in
Yeah.
just a minute
Yeah, let's
because
do that.
she's quick and on the spot.
Right.
All right, Friday, October 3rd, we
Oh.
have
Oh, really quick though, we missed. Did you get the Senior Citizens Potluck and Games on Thursday?
no.
Yeah, so that's happening at 3060 3rd Avenue in Valley from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., where senior citizens from Chewelah, Valley, and Springdale are invited to join on the first and third Thursday of each month for games and a potluck. Again, this is at the Valley Fire Department building. And, of course, the Chewelah Food Bank is open from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And, of course, it's the Art Walk that she is looking up right
Yeah.
now.
I'm looking.
Yeah. See, I expect you to pitch in on these kind of things. Yeah.
And then Krigmar Karaoke from 8:30 to 11:30 at the Oasis.
Okay, that one I did say.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Friday, October 3rd, we start with the Chamber of Commerce meeting out at the casino at 7 a.m. And there's talk about possibly doing an additional time at noon or in the evening or something for a chamber for those. So if that's something you're interested in, you need to let a chamber member know that you would come, because we've tried them at different times and it's not been very successful.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that would go. There's a lot of people that can't make that. 7 a.m. is a really tough time to make it. And I think
Yeah,
I think
well,
probably,
and I asked, I said, okay, name them, and she was able to name 3 people. So, and I don't know if they would come at a noon meeting. There was a lot of us that were there at 7 that could not come because of business or whatever.
Right.
So it's, it's just hard to find out when that's best for everybody. Also, farmers market from 11 to 3:30, and we don't have very many farmers markets left. It's winding down because
No.
it's fall.
There's 2 more. There's this week, and then next week is the last one
Yeah.
on the 10th with pumpkin bowling.
Yeah.
I did find the Spotlight Gallery. I
Thank
have
you.
to laugh at those of us in the creative district because we have not updated our Facebook page.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oops.
That's my fault. So first Thursday Art Walk in October, we have 2 amazing artists. We have multiple mediums, including recycled materials by artist instructor Marilyn Wilson and artisan Jody Duncan. And they will be shown at the Spotlight Gallery.
Oh, fun. Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool.
So thank you
Okay.
to the Arts Guild for putting up the poster. We appreciate you.
You
Oh,
know, it
goodness.
takes a village to
It
raise.
does take a village.
Yeah.
You know, that I love this town.
Yep. Also on October 3rd, Friday, is Cougar football at Lind Ritzville. The Saturday, unless you have anything else, Chuck, for Friday.
I do not.
Okay. Saturday, we have the annual October Festival at 49 Degrees North. Is the 4th and 5th. It's the 2nd annual. So,
And we pulled that up,
Rocktoberfest.
yeah.
Rocktoberfest.
Rocktoberfest, and that's up here. 2nd annual Rocktoberfest weekend, Brewfest, live music, 5K trail run, festive fall fair, and specialty drinks, games, and entertainments.
Very
Yay!
cool. That does sound like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I don't have it in front of me, but I've heard. I don't remember the names off the top of my head, but I've heard some of the music that's going to be up there this weekend, and it's going to be a
Live
great show.
music by Johnny Rosado Experience, Denver Rhiannon, DJ Evergreen between sets. How's that?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Right.
And so tell people where they can find all this information.
Let's see.
49
Join us.
degrees
Yeah, 49
north.
degrees north.
Nice.
Ski49n.com.
Yes. Yeah.
And
So-
speaking of DJ Evergreen, that is one that I forgot to give a huge shout out for Fall Fest.
Yes, he was amazing.
Really makes us look good.
He did a
Okay.
great job.
Also on Saturday, October 4th, is Cougar Cross Country, and it's the 8th annual battle for 509 at the Spokane Polo Grounds. Now, Mr. Ludwig told me that the battle for 509 means if you're in the 509 phone area, if that's your prefix, you can join this battle for the winner, for the cross-country winners in the 509 phone area.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And I don't know where the polo grounds are. And he told me, and I forgot. I didn't write it down.
There's polo grounds?
That's what he said. Polo. P-O-L.
Like the horses? And
that's
and
what
the
he
mallets
called
and,
it. Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know.
I don't know.
But
I thought that was a thing for rich people.
yeah, maybe. But it's got to be big to have a cross-country meet there, because you got to run a distance for cross-country.
Right?
Yeah. So then we go to Sunday, October 5th. We have the Lions Club Half Century Bike Ride, and that starts at 8:30. And I know that they have two different distances. One is like 25 miles, and one is 50 miles.
Actually, I got it right here. It's
wow.
8, 10, 25, and 50 miles.
Oh, so it's more than
Yeah.
two.
Yeah, so the Chula City Park, the day of tour registration starts at 8:30 a.m. at the southeast corner of the park. That's a $20 registration. If you pay $40, you get a T-shirt with that.
Okay,
So,
and that is Sunday. So we're going back to the calendar. Just show up, even if you don't run, and you could sign up to get on the calendar.
I was just going to say,
Yeah.
check them up. And Gail is listening online, and she confirmed what I was thinking. The polo grounds are out by Airway Heights.
Aha.
And
Oh,
so
okay.
you come down, Sunset from, Third turns into Sunset, and you come into Airway Heights around that corner. They're right on the right-hand side before you hit those storage units.
Yeah. Well, Gail would know because she's got a son who runs cross country, and he's good.
Oh, very cool. Thank you, Gail.
I was thinking that was more local, and I'm like, man, Stevens County has polo. We are like getting swanky up in here.
I know. I did say in Spokane.
You did.
so,
I wasn't paying
yeah.
attention.
Of course, he doesn't pay attention to
Well,
us. We're the stars of this show. and
We
he's
are
not.
the stars of the show. Why is he not paying attention to us?
I haven't had enough coffee yet today. I'm still trying to wake up.
Okay.
Although I
And
do. So speaking of the Lions Club with their half century fun ride, I do have some information that I was messaged about getting your name on the calendar.
Oh, good.
You can actually text Margie Walters. She's given me permission to give out her phone number. It's 509-951-8154. And you can text that for...
to get your people on the calendar?
Yeah, for the calendar, to get information about the calendar and get on there.
okay,
Again,
give
that's
us that number again.
509-951-8154.
Okay. I'm going to
so-
get that from you after the show.
So
I can
Margie
answer.
wants to participate in the cross-country 8th annual battle for 509. She has a 509 prefix on her phone, and she can go run.
Exactly.
Oh, how fun.
There you go, Margie.
I bet that's what she was thinking. Yeah, I'm going to run.
So Sunday evening ends
Blues
with
Jam,
the All
Blues Jam.
Ages Blues Jam from 4 to 7 at Fired Up Pizza.
Oh, and I have a request to make. And Sharon, I'm going to ask you to email everybody too. Daniel is going to participate in the Oktoberfest event with Craig and his family going on out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he desperately needs a tuba. So if anybody has a tuba, which Daniel knows how to play, we just can't get our hands on one, and you want to let him borrow it for like a week and a half, that would be great because we desperately need a tuba. You can't have a polka band without a tuba.
to play some Oompa Oompa music?
To play Oompa Oompa music, yeah.
Have you checked with the school?
Well, we talked to the contact that we had. He didn't have a tuba.
Mr.
we're-
Trudeau?
We're supposed to contact Mr. Trudeau and find out if he has one.
Okay.
I
Because
think I might have one rummaging around the back of my car somewhere.
You have so much in the back of your car. That's why I'm bringing it up.
Under a pile of stuff.
But he's been trying to look on Facebook Marketplace. He went down to Spokane to see if we could rent to own one. And has not been successful. And I'm like, we need to call the school and put that out to the community that we need a tuba for like 2 weeks.
Are you sure you want that in your house?
Dude, I have a drum kit in my house. Yeah.
The
A tuba can't be worse than the drum kit.
okay, let's carry on because we do have a guest in a
Yes,
few
we do.
minutes.
We do.
Monday, October 6th, we have pickleball again, and we have that forever. Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays,
Yep.
Fridays, and some afternoons. We also have single deck pinochle
Peanuts all.
Early yet. Yeah.
Peanut
Yeah, 5 p.m. at the Senior Center every Monday. And then we go to Tuesday, October 7th, and we have a special recording of
Yes, we do.
Nevermore at
Yes.
6:30 p.m. The Cask of
Amontillado.
Amontillado.
Yeah.
So this is very exciting. We're getting everything ready right now. Doing some run-throughs. They're sounding great. So this is going to be audience participation. Those tickets are available right now. If you go to nevermoreradio.com, you can purchase your tickets for the recordings. You can buy one at a time. You can buy all three. Then on October 27th, there is a live performance, a Reader's Theater performance at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts of the whole shebang. No, these performances that we're going to be doing here, they're not necessarily performances; they're recordings. So it's going to be, like the old. I think
live studio audience.
Yeah, I think Three's a company. This was filmed before a live studio audience. Only this is going to be recorded, not filmed.
Yeah.
But we will be getting audience participation. We're going to be recording all of your oohs, your ahs, and your applause. And the audience gets to be a part of the show. Now you won't be featured. You won't, you don't worry about being shy. It's just you're just going to be part of the crowd noise. But there's also going to be a workshop afterwards where we're going to bring people up, invite them to play with the Foley sounds and make noises and just have fun up there. And
maybe the special effects.
Well, and because it is a live recording, you may have to stop or you may do something because it's not the polished performance.
Exactly.
So it'll be interesting to see the inside works of this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get to see the behind the scenes. We're going to try to get through it in one take as much as we can. But if there's major flubs, and again, it's Reader's Theater, so we haven't had the intense rehearsal schedule that you would for a play. So we want this to be perfect, and we're going to give ourselves some time to edit it and get it out on the air. So there may be retakes, and you may get to see the director scream and yell at something. No, she's not going to scream and yell at anybody.
Laura doesn't scream and yell. I love it.
You don't know her very well, do you?
She just likes me better than she likes you.
Let's highlight this real quick.
Yeah.
So episode 1 includes the cask of. Tell me how to pronounce
the
that.
cask of Amontillado.
Okay, and the bells. And that is October 7th, 6:30 to 8:30, but it airs October 9th, just a couple days later at 8 p.m.
Exactly.
Then we have episode 2, which is the recording on October 14th, 6:30, and it airs 2 days later, October 16th at 8 p.m., and that is the Black Cat, Acts 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then our third episode is... recording October 21st, airing October 23rd, same time, 6:30 for the recording, 8 p.m. for the airing time, and that's the Telltale Heart and the Raven. And Gino's really excited about that one. He wants to, because that's his favorite, so
nice.
he's wanting to. And then, like you said, the full anthology will be October 27th at the Chihuahua Center for the Arts. Doors open at 6 p.m. It's a $20 general admission. And this is a way to support the radio. This is a way to support theater and the arts in Chihuahua. This is just, it is so fun, the variety that we are getting here. And it's just amazing. Music, theater. The last 2 nights, we had auditions for the one-act plays, and Paula was there and tells us that we have some wonderful new directors, new actors, and it's going to be a fun thing.
It's a really fun lineup, actually. I'm super excited. Ed Bryant, our local playwright, he has a short play that he's entered.
Ooh.
And, it's hysterical. We're super excited. I'm really excited about that one because I was cast in it. So, I've got to, really hype up that one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
But it's an experiential play that we can actually all relate to. So I'm super, super excited. And it's going to have people rolling in the ground. It's going to be awesome. And then the other plays that were selected, we have drama, we have sweet, we have poignant, we have fun. We have just a wonderful variety of little short plays that will fill a nice 2 hours with an intermission. So it's going to be a great...
That's awesome.
Great one-act play fest.
I had a hard time with this one. I had to put my hands over my ears and close my eyes and say, nope, 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 nope.
Yeah, Debbie asked me if I'd audition. I said, I just can't. I don't. except for between midnight and 4, I don't have any spare time.
Well, midnight
Same.
and 4, Sharon. I heard that. Did you hear that? Midnight and 4. She's
Midnight
got
4.
time.
I'm not good at practicing it, but I always tell people, the old, what are you doing this weekend? Nothing. Oh, go good. So you're free. I said, no, my plans are to do nothing. I am busy.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go on.
Right, because stuff never stops in Chewila, especially in the fall.
And October 9th, after that, you have to pick. But the airing is not till 8 o'clock. But there's a Meet the Candidates for Chewila Mayor and Council, 6 p.m. at Guess Elementary, and that the doors open at 5:30. The candidate introductions and questions are at 6, and then you get a chance to meet all the different candidates one-on-one from 8 to 9. And it's co-sponsored by Chewila Chamber of Commerce and The Independent. And all the candidates have been contacted, and they have the opportunity to meet you. And I've gone to several of these meet and greets that the chamber puts on. They're well attended, and they're well organized. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So, if you're wondering, I don't know that name, come that night, and we hope that they will be there. We hope that, sometimes people just can't. Some of our candidates they're out of town or whatever, but fun night. Not fun, but informational. It'll be fun, too.
It'll be fun.
Yeah,
Very
informational.
Cool. So that'll be all the candidates.
All the candidates.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then Cougar Volleyball is at Northwest Christian. Next Friday is the last farmers market.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also a fall break for Chewila schools. They have no school on Friday and on Monday.
There's a fall break?
Yeah, I never heard of this
There's
before,
a lot of
but
breaks,
they have, they spread out and have a lot of time off, those kids.
Is it better to have more time off, shorter periods of time off through the year, or have a shorter summer?
I don't know. See, but this makes a shorter summer. So when I
does.
was a kid, we had 3 full months, and we didn't have times off during the day much. So, or during the school year. Yeah.
I think there's arguments to be made either way.
Exactly. And then, of course, we're going to talk about it after the break, but Hands Across the Nation has an event Saturday, October 11th. Just as highlights, we have 49 Degrees North has their job fair coming up. October 11th is the first one, and then they have another one a couple weeks later. Oh, yeah, the Beer and Brat has a German sausage festival at Cameo Farms, which is north of Chewila.
Yeah, the Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
That Craig is putting together. Yeah.
With an amazing
and that's
lineup.
October 11th. Yeah, amazing lineup of music and vendors going on there.
So this just proves the same thing that we keep saying. There's so much in Chewila. Why are you sitting home?
Right?
Just get out and enjoy the time. Now,
Sharon is torturing me. This is actual torture.
What is?
Because she hasn't said go to the next week because the haunts open up. Carnival.
I know.
Right?
Really quick
Carnival
before then,
opens up.
I've got some more information about the Bavarian Beer and Brat Festival.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
On the main stage, there's 2 different stages. So there's the main stage and the AI stage, which they're calling the grass couch.
Oh, wow.
So there's in the beer barn is Dan Prado at 12 to 12:15, and he's also going to be your MC for the day. 12:15 to 12:40 is Bavarian Dancers, put on by the Stevens County Stompers. 105 is Johnny Rosado, not to be confused with the Johnny Juice Rosado from the what was it? Not NWA. What was the other famous rap group? Anyway, not different Johnny Rosado.
My eyes are glassing over.
155 is Jake Rosier. 245, Two Stones, One Bird. 335 is Jacob Van Now. 425 is Munson. 450 is the closing remarks, and then on the other stage at 1240 is the house band. 130 is Matthew Tippich. 220 is Denver Rhiannon. Then at 310 is Lefty Fields, and then finishing things off at 4 p.m. is Zach Pass.
Nice. Full lineup.
So, yeah, that's a huge lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder where the tuba is going.
Okay, so then there's one
Is that a rhetorical
thing
question?
there's a couple things, but on Monday, October 13th, starts a 4-day at 9 a.m. hands-on forest management short course to gain the skills you need to best manage your woodlands. And it's going to be at 2716 Moser Road in Chewila, and it's the WSU Extension Forestry. We'll be putting it on. And they have their schedule, intro to Silvics and forest ecology. Learn about trees, how they grow and their place in the forest. On Tuesday is forest health. Discover ways to protect your forest from climate change, wildfire, and harmful pests and pathogens.
Yeah, important.
Yeah. And Wednesday is silviculture. I'm not sure what that means. It says gain an understanding on how to develop and manage stands in your forest and how to prepare for a timber harvest. Thursday is wildlife, and that's the last day. Now, this does have a charge. You do contact the WSU Extension to register, but with just going through a fire season, if you own a lot of woodlands, you're going to want to possibly want to participate in this. And WSU Extension always has such good classes that they are very careful about what they put together, and you're going to really get a lot of knowledge. I don't have a forest. I have 3 maple trees and a couple of other trees in my yard. But I think that if you're a forester and have a lot of property, this is something that you might want to be involved in.
Yeah, and silviculture is the practice of controlling the growth, composition, or structure, as well as the quality of forests to meet the values and needs of specifically timber production. So the name comes from the Latin silvi and culture.
Yeah.
The study of forests and woods is termed silvology.
Wow.
Yeah. So, we're all about education here, too, besides all the entertainment. We want to let you know what's happening around here. Yeah. And then when we go on farther, of course, we're having a little tease. Of course, Pechacucha is the 15th.
You're enjoying this, Sharon.
I am. Okay. Then we do have October 17th, 18th, 24th, 25, and 31, Bradley's Taekwondo Haunted House.
Has carnival.
And we have Paula's family-friendly haunt.
Yes,
Paula.
okay.
Wait, but first.
Oh,
Paula,
you're killing me. Yes,
Paula, tell us about the haunts.
Oh, good. Okay. So, Bradley's has gone out of their way to make the most incredible, scary, amazing, interactive, live actor haunt. It's all carnival based. They will have a carnival at the end of the haunt. So if you make it through the haunt alive, and you can play carnival games out back, and it's going to be phenomenal. So because it's going to be kind of really super awesomely scary, Chuck is going to make me go through with it with him.
Yep.
Because it's so scary, she is actively directing people to my haunt, which is the family-friendly version of it. So the theme, of course, this year is carnival. So ours will be carnival-esque, as in like you go to a local carnival and this is their haunted house. Yeah, exactly. And so we'll have a strong man, and we have a fortune teller, and we have Xander's going to be the guy who's running everything. I can't remember what he's called. The ringmaster. So it's a family friendly. My haunt will have no animatronics, no actors. It's classic Halloween stuff. So it's passive stuff like skeletons and spiders and ghosts and things like that. But yes.
And what are the days? You aren't on exactly the same days.
I'm on exactly the same schedule because her haunt is so scary.
Oh, so you are going to do it all 5 days.
So all 5 days.
Oh,
so
that's good.
We will both be open October 17th, 18th, right? That's in 2 weeks. October 24th and 25th. This is the Friday and Saturdays. And then, of course, Halloween when all bets are off. But yes, and so at the carnival at the Bradleys, of course, there's a fee to go in. Adults are $15 and 11 and under is $10. If you bring an item for the food bank, you can get $5 off. Because we do the haunt at our house, the family-friendly version, I don't charge. We have a suggested donation that you can put your donation in, but I'm not going to force you. I'm not going to wring money out of you to come, but our suggested donation amount is $5.
Yeah.
All proceeds go to Bradley's to help them keep the heat on over the winter and help support the kids. Also, if you come to the family-friendly haunt as well as the Bradley's haunt, we have a selfie station set up with a haunted background and a spotlight and somebody there, a volunteer there to take your picture. So you can go through.
With your own camera.
Yeah, with your own camera.
Yeah,
So
so
you
you-
just say, you
yeah.
hand us your cell phone. If you don't have a cell phone, I'll take the picture and then I mail it to you however you want it.
Okay.
But the cool thing is that you get a neat picture with you and your family, or you get a picture of your kids in costume against the background after you've gone through this fun haunt.
Last year they were both a lot of fun, both haunts.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yours was great. I was
so
really
the,
impressed.
So the picture at Bradley's, your hair is going to be sticking out.
Yeah.
Because of the
Yes.
scary.
Oh, it's so scary, and it's clowns. So she has really outdone herself this year. It's amazing. It's amazing. There will be actors. There will be clowns. I'm just putting it out there. It is going to scare you. So if you like that, what is it? Ellen, and they would go to Universal Studios, and they would go to the haunt at Universal Studios.
Yeah, with who was the assistants? The PA's
Andy or
name?
something. Yeah.
He's hilarious.
He was hilarious. Okay, but it's that
That's
level
you.
of
That's gonna be
that's
you.
gonna be me.
And I'm Ellen.
It is that level of scare. That's how scary this is gonna be. So I'm girding my loins to go through with Chuck, and he's gonna make sure that he turns off the background quiet thing on his phone. So you're gonna hear him laughing. This is how it was last year when we went through. Chuck was there going, like he laughed. And I was like, yeah, I was screaming.
And that's all you can hear.
It was pretty funny.
And we're going to keep reminding you of these activities. And
Yes.
there's other concerts happening during the month of October. There's other things coming up, and we will keep reminding you. We just want you to be able to go to everything and be part of Chewila's cultural activities.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. This is an amazing community.
And also, if there's other people in other areas in our listening range, if you have events going on,
Let us know.
we read the events that we have available to us. If you
Yeah.
have stuff you want us to highlight and talk about, if you have something that you'd like to contact us about being a guest on the show about, please feel free to reach out to us. You can send us a message on our Facebook page. You can email stationmanager@kchw.org and
Can they
get a hold of us.
They can go on the community events?
Yeah,
Can
absolutely.
they be
They
on
can
there?
Absolutely.
go
The
to Chewila.events and
Chewila.events.
submit their event on Chewila.events.
Just make sure you tell us where you're at, because
Yeah.
we don't want to be looking around for you.
It says Chewila.events, but anything in the area, the local area.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe not Seattle events because we don't need, but just stuff in our listening area. If you guys want us to highlight stuff,
I don't know. I have people listening all over the country.
That's true.
We have people in Germany listening.
we have a lot of listeners in Germany. That's
I'm
true.
just saying.
That's true. All right, so does that about wrap it up for our calendar? We had a lot to get through.
A lot to get through.
Yeah.
This is a busy time of the year for events.
Well, and this time of year, Paula can go on and on and on.
Yes. Notice my excitement. I don't know if the listening audience can see, but I'm wearing my pumpkins and I have my spider on my head.
Yep.
You're just in it. I love
I'm in it. I'm wearing
I
my
love it.
dress, my cobweb dress. Yeah, I'm in it.
Outstanding.
Right?
I hope you have more than that one outfit, because this is
I
a
actually
long month.
do. I do.
Don't trust me. She does. All
I
right.
have to start early.
So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a break. We're gonna thank our sponsors, listen to some news, and we'll be right back with some guests from the Hands Across Nation to talk about their event coming up on the 11th, I believe. Yes.
Yeah.
The good news from Uganda, Africa. Yeah. So we're pressing onward, rather. So we're gonna go ahead and take our break. We'll be right back after this with our guests. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. You're listening to KCHW 102.7 Northern Lights Public Radio.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewila, Colville, Kettle Falls.
It's 8:16. Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
And by
Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products, including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
Programming brought to you by Ryan Moore, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Deer Park, Washington. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Edward Jones is a firm that helps individuals and business owners achieve their financial goals. More information is available at edwardjones.com or by calling 509-276-2974. Edward Jones, member SIPC, with locations in Deer Park and Chihuahua.
This is KCHW 102.7.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast for October the 1st, 2025. I'm Mike Clifford. CNN, President Trump signaled on Tuesday he would try to maximize the pain of a fast-approaching government shutdown, threatening to leverage the imminent closure to fire a lot of civil servants. The Times notes it quickly prompted a set of unions representing federal employees to file a lawsuit seeking to block the administration from conducting mass layoffs during the shutdown. Next up, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. This year, survivor groups are speaking out against Trump administration policies that they say put immigrant victims in danger.
The immigration crackdown has ratcheted up the fear victims face, leading people to avoid police and to fear showing up in a courthouse, even to pursue a restraining order. Carmen McDonald with the Survivor Justice Center in Los Angeles says they've had clients cancel restraining orders for fear of being reported to ICE.
When survivors are silenced, abusers go free. When immigrants are too afraid to call the police, everyone is less safe.
McDonald encourages victims to seek out confidential hotlines and legal aid groups and asks parents to make a plan for their children's care should the parents be deported. The Trump administration defends its policies, saying they are necessary to deter illegal immigration. Morgan Weibel is with the Tahira Justice Center in San Bruno. She says the Trump administration has made it much harder for immigrant victims of domestic violence to apply for residency, despite protections in the Violence Against Women Act. I'm Suzanne Potter.
Meantime, political researchers say the government shutdown situation swirling around D.C. might turn even more people off to civic engagement. But a South Dakota expert says even during tumultuous times, completely avoiding the democratic process has its pitfalls.
Strained budget talks are compounded by mounting fears of political violence and what many academics and voters see as a toxic environment for public discourse. The University of South Dakota's Julia Hellwig says it's natural to want to look away and refrain from taking part. But she says voters still need to muster up motivation to hold leaders accountable, noting that many Americans still want a government that's functional.
We might differ on the kinds of values that we have and what policy outcomes that we want to see, but we want the government to work.
Hellwig says tuning out feeds into narratives that money in politics leaves people feeling hopeless and that their voice doesn't matter. She says voting on a regular basis, attending town halls, and finding time to stay informed about policy matters are the best ways to maintain accountability checks on elected officials. I'm Mike Moen.
And before a captive audience of hundreds of senior military officers on Tuesday morning, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth asserted his vision for how the U.S. military will physically look and act and offered a stark conclusion. If you don't agree, resign. This is Public News Service. The ACLU of Indiana's Blueprint for Smart Justice report indicates between 2009 and 2019, the number of women in Indiana prisons grew by 9%. That's compared to the population of men in prison, which dropped by 4%.
Prison Policy Initiative Communications strategist Wanda Bertram says that nationwide, although men are still incarcerated at higher rates, their numbers have been on the decline. She says it is a different situation for women right now.
The criminalization of essentially addiction, of mental illness, and of poverty has driven women's incarceration in a way that is distinct from what has happened for men.
Other data from the ACLU of Indiana show 78% of women incarcerated in 2016 were in prison for crimes not involving people, including 41% for controlled substance offenses and 23% for property offenses. I'm Terry D. reporting.
And advocates are worried about how New York is discussing youth crime. State data indicates some counties are experiencing a decline in juvenile crime, but others are seeing a gradual increase.
The New York City Mayor's management report finds youth arrests for major felonies have only grown since 2020. Some public officials blame the increase in felony arrests on the 2017 Raise the Age law, which made it so 16 and 17-year-olds could no longer be prosecuted as adults. Julia Davis with the Children's Defense Fund of New York defends the law, saying it also provides funds to keep kids out of trouble.
That money is available for counties across the state to build the types of programs and services that are really about moving away from adult prosecution and moving towards rehabilitation services programs, so we don't have kids going through the revolving door of the criminal legal system.
Davis believes youth crime rhetoric today is similar to the 1990s. I'm Edwin J. Vieira.
Next, the American Indian College Fund has released Native Pathways, a college-going guidebook to help Native students of all ages and backgrounds achieve a college degree or professional certificate.
Senior Program Officer Kelly Mitchell says the guidebook offers tips for navigating school choice, applications, finances, and maintaining connections to culture and community. It also outlines how students can tap support networks to help them through their academic journey.
They need to find that family support, they need to find their peer support, and then they need to find the academic and mentor support at those locations.
The guidebook includes encouragement and expertise from current Native scholars, student success professionals working at tribal colleges, parents, tribal elders, and artists. It's available for free online at collegefund.org. Printed copies will also be distributed to higher pathway partner programs at high schools across Indian country. I'm Eric Galatas.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
KCHW is online at kchw.org. Listen to the live stream, find out about station events, memberships, local weather, and volunteering. You're listening to KCHW 102.7.
And welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. We are back now in the studio with myself, Chuck Ritchie. We, of course, have the ever-lovely Sharon Ludwig, then the ever-lovely Paula Randall, and we have some great guests today from Hands Across Nations. We have Carolyn and Brad here. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name's Carolyn Jones, and my husband and I, Keith Jones, go to Africa most every year. Have been going for more than 25 years. No, just right at 25 years. And we've been well supported by people going with us from here in Chewelah. And we hope to go back again. And we are soon having a fundraiser.
Outstanding.
Which is why we're here. So I'm Brad Schaefer. And hello, Chewelah. Hello, Chuck.
Hello, Brad.
Sharon. Hello, Paula. Hello, Carolyn. What a gorgeous foggy morning out there.
Yeah,
But yeah, I've been the master of ceremonies at this benefit auction for a number of years now. I think, is this my third or fourth?
At least third, maybe fourth.
Yeah, at least third. So
I think fourth, because you did one over at the Civic Center.
Yeah. So very good.
Wow, remember that place.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get that back again.
Remember when we used to have a Civic Center? Yeah.
No.
No,
I haven't been here long enough.
Before Paula.
We're just a lot less civic right now, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wow.
Well,
right,
sometimes when the heater breaks.
So where do you guys want to start? Do you want to start talking about the event, or do you want to start talking about the organization?
I think the organization and kind of set the table. I'm just going to mention a couple factoids about Uganda, but Carolyn's the one who's been there year after year, and I'm going to hand it off to her. But Uganda was an English colony until 1962, and was then handed over to the Ugandan people. It seems to be the typical story of a lot of these African nations, and since then it's had so many ups and downs, and a lot of rough spots, and it was going through quite the rough spot when Carolyn and her team went over there. It was in the midst of a huge civil war. There were hundreds of thousands of people that were in refugee camps. The rebels had kidnapped over 20,000 children, no doubt recruiting them to be soldiers, and there were thousands of children that were orphaned due to the war, due to the AIDS epidemic, which was spreading rapidly at that time, and other diseases. So Carolyn, why don't you give us, I call it the kind of creation story, and give us some information about Uganda and why Uganda, and why in this little tiny town of Chihuahua did such an amazing organization spring up.
Well, it is quite amazing because we were not going to Uganda. We had a team of about 15 people that were going to Mexico, and we were preparing for that. And a past pastor who moved down to Oregon was connected with a couple that went to Uganda, and they needed medical teams. And we weren't planning on doing medical a whole lot down in Mexico, but on our team we had Dr. Johnstone, we had myself, a physical therapist, we had a nurse, and we had a speech therapist, which wasn't real beneficial over there. But we prayed about it and said, we need to go.
Yeah.
Even though it was a war. And we thought, okay, if God is calling us, we're going to go. So we did, and we stayed a month, which is quite a long time.
Yeah.
With the Johnstone family went, all of them with their kids, with the youngest being 5 years old. And we would go out to the villages during the day and do medical and then come home at night. And we had to be very careful because that was when the rebels would come out and would attack the villages. So
wow.
I learned not to be scared about much of anything after that.
Wow.
And we just have gone back ever since. And it was mostly during the war that we did medical. And we had a hospital there, right there in Lyra, which was a city of 100,000 at first, but most of them, the ones that could, would left during that time. So it was the really poor people and very few.
Wow.
And you could only travel again during the days.
During
and
the day.
Always had armed guards with you. And
we didn't always, we had armed guards, but they weren't on the bus with us. We had a van bus kind of thing, but they would be out there.
Right. And there, one horrible story I remember you relating at one point, a village that you had ministered to and provided medical assistance in, and I don't want to bring up thoughts, but it pretty much disappeared one night.
Actually, it was only 2 days after I left. It was 1 year that I was there by myself. Because Kim Johnstone went with me the second time. And then the third time I wanted to go because I had a wonderful boss that said, okay, you can go, but you come back to us. And the third time, nobody else wanted to go, so I went by myself. And it was really a wild time for that. And so I stayed with Ugandans that time. And in the village where they lived, I went to visit them. We had a big party for my leaving and all that. And 2 days later, their village was attacked, and it killed 20 of my host's family.
Wow.
And a whole bunch of other ones. And they took many of them into their camps.
Right.
And it was just horrific. It really was. And then some of them got to go to a camp that they thought they were safe at, and then the rebels infiltrated into. They looked like they were all Ugandans because they were people that had been, abducted themselves, and so they would infiltrate back into the community, and they all spoke, the Ugandan language, and so. It just was horrific for everyone there.
Wow.
Yeah. It breaks your heart when you hear these stories. Uganda is one of the poorest nations on the planet, and I can understand once you get to know the people and develop these relationships that you'd want to go back year after year. So, on a positive note, I mean, this organization, Hands Across Nation, a 501c3 organization. So there have been a lot of different projects that at first it was all focused on medical and help, a direct touch to the people. But then as far as the sustainability of that, there's been a lot of projects over the years. I know that your husband, Keith, that he was very involved after he engaged with this, and that one of the first projects was water and putting in wells, and that they developed over.
Hey, Brad, I don't mean to interrupt you, but stay
Okay.
facing that microphone.
Okay,
When you turn your head to the side, we can't hear you.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, I'll keep my radio voice on.
There you
So Carolyn, why don't you tell us what the great work that has been going on in Uganda that Hands Across Nation has been involved with over the last 25 years?
Okay. One of the things that you said was that they had no clean water. They had a lot of water, but the cows were walking in it and defecating in it, and it just was, so they had a lot of illness because of that. So our friend, I'll tell you, there was a man named, I can't remember it right at the moment, I'll tell you in a minute, Felix Omodi. And he was the one that he was working with people over the ones that came in from Oregon. And he said that they really needed clean water, so they had lots of water in the ground. So what we did was called spring protections. They dug it out and put concrete all around it, stairs down into it so that the cows couldn't get into it, and then a waterway out so that the cows could have the water once it did. So we did many. We probably did 60 or 80 of those.
Nice.
But we also involved the Rotary Club. I haven't talked about this before, but Rotary Club from Colville. And they wanted to go. And so one year they did go with us. And they also provided quite a few of the spring protections as well. They did a really nice job. But the problem is that other groups might go and you might put some money in, and they would say that was your well or your spring protection. But then they'd get money from other ones and also tell them that that was theirs, and they'd keep the money for that well.
Wow.
Yeah, you had to really be careful. So the Rotary Club made these big rotary metal things that they embedded in the spring protection concrete,
nice.
so that they knew that, but I'm not sure it really worked. But
that's amazing that this area that we have this direct touch all the way across the other side of the planet.
So I want to know on this spring protection, how did you involve the locals so that they learned how to do this so they could do it themselves, or do they not have the
they were part of it.
Okay.
And they had people that had the equipment to do it, but they would do a lot of the digging. The people that were there.
Yeah, because it seems to me that sometimes when we go to some of these third world countries or countries to help, that we take in our expertise, we do and then we leave. But if we can go in and teach the people, then they can improve themselves. And that's, to me, so much more important. And I think that's what you've done over the years.
We've tried to do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work because they say, well, somebody else will come back and build us another one. If it starts cracking, we say, you really need to put some cement in there, fix it up. And they can do that. They know how to work it because they make their own little huts and that kind of thing. But they'll say, somebody will come and make us another one.
Well,
some people do
that's
that.
a great segue, though, to the sewing, and because there was a lot of sewing schools, very foundational. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. Well, actually, we had a lot of widows because a lot of the men were killed, and here were the wives with nobody to help them. So we had a school that we started, a sewing school. There were 2 pastors' wives that were very good at sewing, so they were the teachers. And we raised money here and bought, I think, 40 machines.
Wow.
That every 2 people had a machine together for the school, so they could sew very well. They used their own grocery bags for their patterns, but they learn how to just cut things out of the paper, put it down on it, cut around it, and stitch things together. They can measure it up on you. They don't have patterns like we buy patterns to make something. And they brought their children with them. They had them on their backs or on their fronts while they were working. And we graduated, I think, 20-some. And they made their own graduation gowns. They decided they wanted a parade down through town, and they hired the policeman band and marched all over town, and it was quite the deal. They were really well accepted. That's something that they really like to do. They want to have. We did that for the graduation of the lepers when we got the reading program going. And that was...
And before the reading program, I'm looking at my cheat sheet here. So as far as farming and producing food, there were beehives made from palm trees, I see, and then farming and garden projects, Farming God's Way. Did that went on for a few years then?
Yes. Keith was really the main mover and shaker on that one. They laughed at us when we put manure in the garden. They thought that was hilarious. And we were going around gathering it at places where they had them in their barns and all. They just think it's a waste and it's dirty.
Yeah.
They didn't know how to put some in the places where you're planting something.
Yeah.
There is a program called Farming God's Way, and we were using that and teaching them. So we had them do a plot the same size ours was, and right next to it we had them, and we put strings with Coke bottle tops so that you planted them in the very same place every time, and that's the only place you put the manure. You don't spread it all over the garden and waste it. You put it right where the plant is growing up.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to do that. So when everything started coming up, the Farming God's Way was like double the size of their farming method. And they still liked their own method better.
Oh, wow.
Which was really something. There were a few that did it, but that didn't catch on because they knew how to farm. They were farmers, and they liked sticking with their...
They were doing their traditional farming.
They were.
Yeah.
They were. And you have to let them do that, you know, because they're people, too.
Yeah.
They are. And that wasn't the most important thing, but...
Right.
And then, so the after those projects, then, obviously during a 20-year war, going to school, learning to read, literacy becomes secondary, falls by the wayside. A lot of folks didn't know how to read, so The focus lately has been in literacy then.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know a bit of this story as far as there's the jump in language that had to be made from the Longo language that is spoken in that area?
Yes.
And then that had to be translated to another language, and then from there into English? Or did it went straight from Longo to English? Okay.
Yeah.
So, interpreters, we're hiring people, we're adding to the local economy, and what can you flesh out a little bit as far as the literacy program, what's gone on in the prisons?
Well, that is a huge miracle because they didn't go to school because of the war, and many people were in prison. The prison system is horrendous there too, but we started in the villages, and they really desperately wanted to learn how to read, so we contacted a group called Literacy and Evangelism International.
Mm-hmm.
We found out about them. They're in Oklahoma, and they offered to let us come and learn how to do it. So I took a Ugandan with me. We stayed there for 6 weeks and learned how to teach, because I'm a physical therapist. I don't know how to teach somebody how to read, but it really isn't that hard.
Right.
And so we got that training and came back and started doing that in different villages. We had our own people. We found some people that were quite good at it, that they learned the method as well. We started in villages, and we had hundreds of villages that we were able to go into. We would train maybe even 30 or 40 people at a time to do this program. And we had to make our own primers. There was one fellow from Congo, which is right next door to Uganda, and he had been one of our trainers in Oklahoma. So I called him and said, can you come over and help us make our booklets, our primers? And he said, sure. So he spent 6 weeks with us. We gathered a group of people, and every day we would try to make our little lessons. You could only use certain letters,
Mm-hmm.
and it was quite remarkable. But the whole basis was the Bible. All the stories. The first ones were very simple. You could only use 3 letters. So to make a whole lesson with just 3 letters is pretty difficult, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine.
It took us all day to make one lesson, which was 3 sentences the first time. But as you got more letters, it was easier to make words. And once they learned the sounds, they could sound out those words. And they were so thrilled, the people were, too.
Yeah.
That couldn't read, and it was just remarkable how it went. And by the 12th lesson, there were 72 in all, we introduced Jesus, and they learned about him, and it just went on like that. And we had 2 primers, 2 books, wrote all about the start of the universe and the world and all that from the Bible. So we called it Learning to Read the Bible. And they came to know Christ through that, which brought a lot of peace for the people in the villages. That was the outcome.
This, as far as the literacy, though, this also helps a great deal as far as legal documents and I mean, if you can't read and write, then how can you even operate or know that you're being treated fairly by authorities and organizations around you? So I imagine this had a great impact for people in that way also.
Huge. And when they went to vote, it was so embarrassing for them because they had to put their thumbprint on it if they didn't write. Mm-hmm. So the first thing they learned how to do was write their own name.
Oh, yeah.
And they were thrilled with that.
And they could vote.
That's
powerful there.
They voted anyway, but they didn't like being someone who had to put their thumbprint on it because people knew that they were stupid.
Right.
That's how they felt.
But even then, reading the ballots and knowing, I mean, I'm sure there were even issues with who they knew they were voting for if they can't read the names of who they're voting for.
They usually had a family member or something like that that would come and help them. Somebody who would help them with that.
And so also to keep pinging on Sharon's point as far as empowering the people in country, not just parachuting in for a couple moments and throwing goodwill around and leaving. There's been a real focus on the sustainability of these programs, teaching a person how to fish rather than just handing them the fish. This literacy program has really taken off, and there's local Ugandans now that are driving this forward, and not just relying on you guys heading over there once a year. Is that correct?
It is. And I'll tell you, we got into the prisons. We were told that nobody goes in the prisons, especially white people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But we prayed about it, and we got in.
Well, how was that experience? Was it scary?
Or let me tell you, the first time I walked in there in there were 1,000 men in this one prison, and I was alone.
Mm-hmm.
I went in with one of the guards. They only had like 3 guards in the main place there as you go in, and they were all running around at each other and beating each other and all that, the inmates.
Yeah.
And I thought, they could just grab me right now and do whatever they wanted to do, but I'm just going to go walking on through as if I know what I'm doing. And they calmed down, and we got classes there. We trained some of the inmates were able to read and write because they're just accused of something. They're put in prison. If they don't have the money to get out, they're there for 5 or 6 years before their case comes up.
Wow.
It's horrific. And that's in Lyra. We had about, and the men were sleeping on top of each other in triple. There wasn't enough place for them. They had to be locked in at night, and they were triple, and they'd flip at night, and many suffocated during the night.
Like actually physically laying on top of each other.
Yes. It was awful.
Wow.
It was really bad. And they were embarrassed. I mean, they didn't want that to get out.
Right.
We saw a lot in there. And so I have to tell you, because people learned how to read, they were much more peaceful. They said, we've never seen it so peaceful in the prison like that.
Wow.
Because the ones that knew how to read were the teachers. They taught each other. We gave them all the supplies. They had to do it outside, and we had to get all the materials to do it. But what's happened is they've gotten to where they've gotten through our whole program, and then they're allowed to start the 3rd grade of the schooling that they get from Uganda.
Yeah.
And so they can graduate in the prison.
Oh, wow.
Which they never had that before.
So how long ago was it when you first entered the prison system?
It's been at least 15 years.
Have you seen a difference in the prison since then, just in general?
Oh yes. And we've gone down even to a lot of them are transferred down when they get convicted.
Mm-hmm.
If it's more than 5 years, they can't stay at the prison in Lyra. They have to go down to Kampala, to the worst prison. And so some of the ones that we had that were teachers up in Lyra went down to Kampala, and they started classes there.
Nice.
In Lyra, in Luo, which is, or Lango, which is their tribe. So their people that are in the prison down there got to learn how to read and write in their own language down there as well.
Wow.
So, and they let us in. That's the amazing thing. My husband and I, we just go in and say, we're coming to see so-and-so. And we just made like we knew what we were doing, and they let us in. And it's been really, it's just been I love going there. I'm getting tired because it's a lot of work, and it's we've had malaria. I don't know how many times, but we finally found something that keeps us from getting malaria. And that's another thing I haven't put in here. we found out how to, with certain things, prevent some of the diseases or fix some of the diseases that have not been fixable before.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how it happens right now because I can't remember the whole thing, but it saved people from some of the diseases that they've had that they would have surely died.
Wow.
And my husband's a real researcher.
Yeah.
And he found this stuff, and I wasn't willing to take the first pill, you know, but he is. He's willing to try that stuff, and we found out that we didn't have to get malaria because that is a horrible disease.
And malaria is a mosquito-borne illness, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, lots of things with diarrhea and all that are really pretty tough.
So for the sakes that we want to get to the benefit auction and what's going on, just wanted to read down quickly just a few more factoids. So Hands Cross Nations has provided books, blackboards, and other supplies to each class, ended up with thousands of Longo people learning to read and do math, provided reading glasses for those in classes and others, learned how to develop primers in the tribal language and printed them at the compound there.
Mm-hmm.
I know that your volunteers, like Deb Barbie, spent hours and hours at the copy machine printing these out and putting them together. So printed them in the home and purchased printing equipment. There were surgeries provided for prisoners, lepers, and other poor. I know there was a great story about the woman and her face and the huge tumors growing on her face that we've been able to work on as just one specific case. Provided funds to start a village nursery school, which ended up as a grade 1 through 9 school. Provided oxen in 3 villages for plowing gardens. Initiated training in simple well drilling, again to Sharon's point. And then one of our main workers who we provide a living wage to over in Uganda, Lucy, built a brick home for her, which was done through a private donation. We've built a duplex home for Isaac, who has cerebral palsy. He's one of our main literacy teachers, correct? And he built a duplex so that he could rent out one side to give him some income. So he's more independent because these classes are, obviously you can't charge for them, maybe a penny or two for a primer, but these are provided free to the folks so they can learn to read. And so Isaac is able to rent out one side of the duplex to provide him some income. And then let's see, I've got, it says in 2025, both Isaac, Lucy, others are learning to continue with the literacy program and other projects on their own with support and guidance from Keith or Carolyn from the USA. So again, it's teaching them how to fish and be self-sustaining over there because, it's Keith and Carolyn, like she says, they've been doing this for 25 years, and that's a long time to be doing it. So it says, God willing, we'll be returning to Uganda for 4 to 6 week stays in the coming years.
I wanted to say something about the literacy program. They are definitely carrying it on by themselves.
Very cool.
Very cool. And, there was something else. But, it is. We are just keeping track. We talk to them all the time. When we first went to Uganda, we had one phone call in 5 weeks. And now we've got cell phones. They've got cell phones.
Yeah.
We can communicate quite well. So it works. It wouldn't have worked if we had had to do it that way.
Oh, yeah. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk a little bit about the event here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's going to be the one.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us about this event.
He's got it. He's good.
I like talking, so they made me the MC. So it's not this coming Saturday. It's the Saturday afterwards. It's October 11th at 5 p.m., and it's at the Abundant Life Fellowship. It's across 2nd Street from the City Hall, and there'll be obviously signs and things out on the roadways directing people how to get there. There's plenty of parking around the church there. They have a huge fellowship hall that can seat many, many people. We'd like to fill it up and have it overflowing into the streets. So, even if you just want to learn more about Hands Across Nations, please come down. The event is free, but obviously this is a benefit auction, so any donations are gladly and accepted. And of course, as a 501c3, you can write it off in your taxes. It's a great evening full of some entertainment, mainly talking about Hands Across Nations, and listening to me as a bit of a talking head with a lot of Keith and Carolyn and others in there. There'll be some food provided, not an entire dinner as in years past, but those who have made the last couple of years know that we provide a lot of great food with cheeses, cured meats, crackers, fresh baked baguettes. So you can put together a sandwich, fresh fruits, vegetables, dips, hummus, herb butter, pickled vegetables, stuffed olives. It's just a great charcuterie board to choose from, and it never empties. It's the horn of cornucopia that just keeps getting replenished. So,
just magically.
Yeah, so you can eat as many as you want, and of course there'll be some very tasty desserts available also for those of us with a sweet tooth, and I certainly have that. My palate swings from the savory to the sweet and back and forth until I finally get too tired and go to bed. So as far as ways to donate, so there's just straight up donations. There will be our African craft store, which we have every year, several tables of African crafts. I assume from Uganda, correct? And
they're from up in Lira.
Up in Lira.
Yeah, it's a lady that she's really kind of sad because they used to have all these Americans and all that were working during the war, and she made little things and they would take them home. Well, there aren't very many visitors anymore that go there.
Yeah, so a lot of crafts. Again, it's a good way to pump money back into that local economy, and there's no middle people. It's a direct touch to the folks who are manufacturing and putting all this together. And it's not just little knick-knack things that collect dust on your shelf. There's a lot of practical items with bags and wallets and different things.
Cool. I bought a nativity last year because I collect nativities, and I love it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank
now
you,
we're
Sharon.
looking at your website, and this year is not on here. This is last year's.
No, I'm sorry about that. It's I haven't been able to get in touch with Sherry.
Okay, so it is October 11th, because when we pull up the website, it says the 12th.
Yeah.
And we just want our listeners to know it's the 11th.
Yeah.
The 11th
Saturday.
at the Abundant Life Fellowship.
Yes, don't show up on Sunday. There won't be anybody there.
Thank you, Sharon, for reminding me, because I'll call her today and see if I can't find her and get. She's got a new job in Colville, so she's not as available as she used to be.
Yeah. So it is Saturday the 11th. And again, the African crafts. There'll be an amazing assortment of raffle and auction items. We're not doing a live auction this year. Is that correct?
Yes, we
are.
are.
We are.
We
So
are.
I will
you
be your.
and Keith, and Keith is. He hates doing it, but he's really funny when he does it. So
Give me one anyway. So there will be some live auction items and a huge assortment of raffle. I think it's you purchase the tickets and then you drop your ticket into the glass jar in front of the basket. I know the Creamery's providing a raffle basket. I know the Farmers Market is providing a raffle basket. So here, and here's I got a list here that Carolyn provided me of great raffle and live auction items. A gorgeous king size quilt made by the Chihuahua PEO. And it has a story behind it that Carolyn will be telling us there at the benefit. There are some handmade lap quilts made by Darlene Preston, 4 tickets to the Spokane Indians baseball game, 4 tickets to a Spokane Chiefs hockey game for all you hockey heads out there. 4 people to play 18 holes of golf together at the Chewelah Golf and Country Club. Thank you, Sand Canyon. And there's 2 certificates for 3-night stays at the magnificent Pend Oreille Shores Resort in Idaho. If you haven't been there, it's gorgeous. And, of course, Pend Oreille is an amazing place. There's a 2-team signed Gonzaga basketball. There's 1 women's ball. There's 2 balls, right? 1 women's
We've
ball.
never
and
gotten
1
2. They wouldn't let us, but this year they did. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There's 2 handmade wooden canes made by Jack Pulliam. There's, again, the fantastic themed baskets donated. Linda Norris, Cindy Sergio, Helen Salapka, Corey Larson, and many others contribute to this. There's one of the more popular items, the handmade wooden truck bank, with the surprise money inside, which gets passed around. It's usually
Well, it's not a surprise now.
Well, it's not. It's a handmade wooden truck made by master craftsman Hank Coleman down in Spokane, and it gets stuffed with money.
Oh,
yes. So
and
passed around, and the money inside seems to keep growing every year. So
the last name Coleman, is that in relation to
Jim?
our friend Jim? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim, you probably knew him as Waits Lake Rustic down at the farmers market.
Yeah.
He has passed away, but his legacy continues. I know many of you probably have some of his stools.
I have a stool of his.
Yeah, and they're, I'll see if I can dig another one up around the place and see if we can get one in the auction at least. And there'll be several bundles of locally grown potatoes, onions, and squash donated by Front Porch Farm, the Atchison family, who have been amazingly generous. I'm just going through this list. I find myself just kind of tearing up. And not last but not least, Dawson Trucking every year is so super generous. Thank you, Dawson Trucking. They help get the donation started with a generous $500 donation. And amazing outfit. They're in my backyard. I live at Waits Lake, and they're down in Valley there. And sand, gravel, concrete, you name it, they got it. So if you need anything from Dawson, please reach out to them. And what do I got here? Yes, I'll just read this out. All the people working with Hands Across Nations in Uganda, and believe me, they know the great work that's going on here in Chewelah and are so thankful for it. They are immensely grateful for the opportunities you have given them and their fellow citizens in Uganda to learn to read, to learn skills, and rise up from the deep poverty and to leave that poverty behind.
Wow.
So, so great benefit auction.
Yeah, I know that we donated certificates to...
Oh, I forgot to put that in there. Sharon, why don't you tell what's in that? It's a huge number.
There's just a huge number of certificates to upcoming productions.
Every production all year long.
Yeah, and even for
season
certificate,
tickets.
Not season tickets, but a certificate for tuition for a stage time student. And like somebody had bought an auction item last time, and they didn't use the certificate for tuition, so they donated it for this fall to someone here that needed it. And so it was kind of neat. Even if you don't think you can use it, you can turn around and help somebody else.
Yeah. We've separated them up this year so that it's kind of...
I think that's what the chamber does too.
Yeah, so that the adult theme things go with adults, and then they have the children's things. So
yeah.
Thank you so much, Sharon,
you've probably talked about the play season coming up. I know I auditioned for the one act last night. I know Paula's involved. I imagine you guys already did, so I'm excited about that. That'll be fun.
And you're also our sinister villain in Nevermore.
Yes. Tomorrow I will die. Yes. I can't wait to get that going.
Awesome. Yeah, we are out of time. We're actually past time, quite a bit past time here. We need to get out of here and get headed up. But again, this is the Hands Across Nation fundraiser. What is the name of the fundraiser? Is it Pressing Onward?
Yes.
Oh, Pressing Onward. That's happening at doors open at 5:30. October 11th. I'm still in September. I keep wanting to say September. I can't believe it's October.
It's October 1st. Yeah.
I know, right? So October 11th, 5:30 at the Abundant Life Fellowship. Program starts at 6:30. All those things they just mentioned, and
there will be signs out on the street to direct people where to go to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that if people are driving through town and they see it, they can
So
come out
one
in.
last thing, though. What if I can't come? I've got something else. How can I donate?
Anytime. You can donate to Hands Across Nations, and you can give it to us.
Okay, so you have a website that I can go and donate, or do you just...
There is a donate button on that website.
handsacrossnation.org, and
Okay.
no spaces, anything, just
Okay.
Hands Across Nation.
And I see that you
Perfect.
have
Nations.
and I see you have a donate button that's up here and down here. Well, that's great.
Yeah, this opens up the page.
Oh, that opens up the page. Okay.
Alrighty. Well,
Yeah.
again, we have to get out of here. We're running behind. We got to let
Thank you
everyone
so
get off to work and
Thank
do
you.
things. Thank you guys so much for coming in today.
Yeah.
And
All right,
best
hope
of luck
to
with
see
your
you there.
having us.
Yeah.
I think I'm actually going to be at another event that day, and then I'm going to be exhausted. But I might try to swing by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
It's free. You can just come
Right.
in. You can grab something to eat, look around, and
Take off.
say
yeah.
hi.
Awesome.
Thank you, Northern Lights Radio. Yes.
No problem. Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you for all you do. And you can stay tuned right here tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. right here on KCHW with Music for the Mountain. Then 8 to 10 p.m. rather is Dirt Road Blues, or the very own Dirt Road Doug McQuain live in the studio. Then from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. is Planetary Radio, Sea Change Radio, Echo Shock, Total, and Earth Date. And you guys have a great day out there. Say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye,
Bye, everybody. Bye, Chihuahua. Love you.
This has been the KCHW Morning Show right here on KCHW 102.7, your Northern Lights Public Radio.
You have a very nice radio